Let's discuss 5 things the hospital discharge papers never told you about eating after birth. And your body needs all 5 in the first 6 weeks. If you just had a baby or you're about to have a baby, stay with me for the next few minutes because this is the stuff nobody hands to you on your way out the door. Hi, I'm Racquel. I'm a board certified nutrition specialist and I work with moms to be and moms in postpartum recovery. When you're discharged from the hospital, you get a stack of papers about your incision, your bleeding, your baby's feeding schedule, and almost nothing about what you need to eat to actually heal. So today I'm walking you through 5 nutritional priorities I wish every new mom left the hospital knowing. Stick around to the end. I've turned this into a free guide that you can download and keep on your fridge. So let's start with protein. You could think of protein as the repair crew. Why? It has a lot of different functions: healing and recovery, um, tissue repair. It rebuilds muscles that are strained during labor and heals wounds from perineal tearing or after having a C section. It supports blood replenishment. It restores lost blood and fluid volume from childbirth. If you had a vaginal birth, you may have lost 1 to 2 cups of blood. And if you had a C section, you may have lost 2 to 4 cups of blood during that process. It also supports lactation and energy. So it supports milk production and supplies the essential amino acids needed to produce nutrient rich breast milk. It also helps to support blood sugar balance, keeps energy steady through the demands of newborn care by preventing sharp blood sugar crashes so you can maintain energy throughout the day. It also helps with hormone support. So, this aids in producing neurotransmitters that regulate mood and stress recovery. So, how do you maintain your protein throughout the day? You should aim for at least 30 grams per day. So, per meal. So, here is an example. Um, 1 cup of egg whites and 1 whole egg is going to give you roughly 32 grams of protein. And obviously, you can pair that with some steamed veggies and avocado toast for a full meal. Um, a Greek yogurt with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts is also going to provide you with up to 30 grams of protein, depending on the yogurt that you choose. You want to choose one that's at least 15 grams of protein and low in sugar. Um, you can also add nut butter to that yogurt as well to help meet the protein needs. And then you could also just simply do 1 to 2 scoops of protein powder, depending on the protein powder that you choose. 1 to 2 scoops is going to give you 20 to 40 grams of protein per serving. Iron. If you feel like you're dragging even after sleep, low iron is probably the missing piece. So, because of that blood loss that I mentioned earlier during delivery, whether you had a vaginal or a C section, that can leave you iron deficient. So, this can make you feel exhausted all the time, even if you had a good night's sleep, which I know right now is not the norm. It's probably quite a luxury if you're able to get a good night's sleep. That is this type of exhaustion is not the kind that sleep can fix. Okay. So, in addition to feeling constantly exhausted, you may also experience some dizziness, some brain fog, or even shortness of breath. So, how can you help to replenish your iron stores? There are both animal and plant based sources of iron. So you can have red meat, lentils, spinach, pumpkin seeds. These are all good sources of iron. You do want to make sure, though, that you pair your plant based protein with vitamin C because this helps with absorption of plant based iron. Hydration, right? Very important. Every time you sit down to feed your baby, drink. Coconut water, nettle leaf tea, bone broth, these are all nutrient rich liquids that are great for supporting and healing your body and helping you meet your hydration needs. Um, Beware of signs of dehydration. So, dehydration can suppress your milk supply. It can also cause constipation. It can also lend a hand to you having low energy. So, you don't want to wait until you feel thirsty. You want to keep water within arm's reach at every feeding session. Um, Maybe having a big water bottle by your nursing chair with some electrolyte packets. Um, and every time you sit down to feed the baby, that's your cue to drink. Definitely don't want to forget rest. And I know that is quite a challenge right now. But sleep deprivation definitely can affect the food choices that you make, right? So when you don't get enough sleep, it causes a hormone called cortisol to spike, and that cortisol spike usually leads to you having sugar cravings. And then you're not getting enough sleep. So the cortisol levels rise, and then the sugar cravings um, rise. And because you're tired and hungry, instead of reaching for a high protein snack that's going to stabilize your blood sugar and keep your energy going, you're likely to reach for sugary snacks that sustain you for about an hour or so, and then you are right back to square one, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. Hormonal balance and mood. Okay, that's one of the two of the functions of incorporating healthy fats in your diet. So here are the functions: rebuilding hormones. When you have your baby, there is a significant drop in the sex hormones, progesterone and estrogen, that requires healthy fats to make the hormones, to help rebalance the hormones. And then for your mental health, if you eat foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, this helps to replenish your maternal stores that were depleted during pregnancy. So, this helps to lower the risk of mood dips and postpartum depression. It also helps to stabilize your energy along with protein. It helps to slow digestion and keep the blood sugar steady. And this helps to prevent sugar crashes that worsens fatigue and stress. Um, it also lends a hand to physical healing and lactation lowering and lactation. So, in physical healing, it lowers inflammation by helping to calm inflammation from childbirth and support your tissue repair. Um, it also helps to fortify breast milk, so healthy fats directly enrich breast milk quality and helps to maintain in a steady milk supply. It is also important for the absorption of healthy fats. Um, Healthy fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K, that are very important for your recovery. And last but not least, eating enough calories. So, everyone's caloric needs are different. This is based on height, weight, activity levels, whether or not you are breastfeeding, and so forth. Breastfeeding moms tend to require 330 to 500 calories extra to support milk production. It is also important to eat well balanced meals throughout the day because you want to maintain your energy, but you also need to replenish all the nutrients that you lost during pregnancy and childbirth. And it also helps to nourish your breast milk. So, running on 3 to 4 hours of sleep, you definitely need to replenish your body, right? So, if you're not up for eating 3 square meals a day, then you may have to just eat 5 small meals a day, if that works better for you. So some ways to maintain calories throughout the day are, you can pre-portion some healthy snacks, especially ones that are just, you could like a bag of nuts, and a fruit, something that requires very little prepping, or you can prep food ahead of time and just put it in the freezer. So, just in a nutshell, protein, iron, hydration and rest, healthy fats, and make ensuring that you are getting enough calories are all very important. And it's something I wish every mom heard before she left the hospital. Not weeks later when she's already exhausted and Googling at 3 a.m. trying to figure out um, what can she do to feel better or get over this exhaustion that she's experiencing. That even when she does get a good night's sleep, she's able to, she's still not feeling herself. So I did put all of this, plus exactly what to eat, when and how, into a free guide called What Your Hospital Discharge Papers Didn't Tell You. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Grab it, put it on your fridge, and if you want the full first year recovery plan, that's linked there too. If this helped, please like, subscribe, and share for more videos on moms in the fourth trimester. Thank you for watching.